Hey, how's what's everyone? Not just your average Joe. The new Sacred Stones characters came out, and like I did say, I think it was Roy Elliott's game was the first one I played, but the first one I completed was. Is this recording? Are you recording? I think you're recording. Okay. Sorry. Let me check. Yeah, you're recording. Okay. Sorry. So the first game I kind of completed was Sacred Stone. So I have a soft heart for it. I don't know the stat distribution of the units. I don't know how some people do. I tried googling it and I didn't find anything. So I'm probably gonna make a separate video once I do find out about the stat distributions. Anywho. So Myrrh was released along with La Rochelle and Brave Eirike, I guess, and they're all kind of like it's interesting actually. So I'm gonna first things off. First things first is Myrrh. Oh, that's what's throwing. Oh, it was a screenshot. Oh, okay. So Myrrh is green, and I disagree with that, but I kind of see why they did it because there's only one green Manakete, and that's Fa. And Myrrh, this is an homage to the game because he does have her wings present. So having her as a flyer is really interesting. I kind of wonder if she gets both Hone Dragon and Hone Flyer boosts because I think she might be the first unit in the game who can get those +6 boosts, movement type specific boosts. I find that interesting. Like it's really interesting. They made her an armored unit, so she'd have 3. But yeah, on to my point about disagreeing with like her being green Manakete. She's kind of like her magic's dark. So, and dark magic has been red, as Flux, Fenrir, all those tones are red. So I really expected her to be a red Manakete, but I guess I'm not gonna really complain with her being green because they kind of needed it. Like that's kind of the thing. Now with her being a flyer, she can actually use mixed teams or flyer and dragon teams really well. So the thing with mixed teams you can have her as a flyer with guidance. Now that's the key with being able to use her well. Guidance, she'd be really, really good with guidance or even flyer formation. Guidance is just really interesting because you can use mixed teams. You can have a couple of flyers and you can just have Myrrh with like home flyers or whatever buff you want. And then she'll have Manakete stat distribution, so she'll be really, have a high base stat total. And then you can have maybe a Suniki for support or something because she has a drive attack in her refined weapon. So this is really interesting stuff. Like I'm actually hyped, and the artist has done a really good job. But the key is guidance because for Dragon Emblem, if you want to kind of use her really, really well, I suspect giving her guidance would be a really good way to kind of counter the fact that she is a flyer, but then the guidance will allow the Dragon Emblem to move with her, kind of. So I find it really interesting. There's a lot of interesting stuff you can do. I'm sure most people put her in a flyer team anyway, but I think I could see myself putting her in a Dragon team because she can do both, and she seems to be both good at supporting and dishing out damage. So she seems more like a physical wall. I think her effect is more like a. It seems to be more like a Weary Fighter effect. Attack +3, a Weary Fighter effect, and then if the range is 2, they attack the lower stats, so that's great. It's a Weary Fighter effect based on defense, so you need them as much as defense as possible. So it kind of, if you want to use Great Flame, then you're kind of stuck with using Fury or defense +3 or something. I'm not sure how the close defense and distant defense would affect that. If it is inheritable, I think the only 3 other Manaketes would be actually they'd all be good with it, but the ones who could maximize its potential is probably Female Corn and Adult Tiki, if you have to, right? I think those 2 will be able to use it to fairly well. I imagine Myrrh will be slow. Just like every Manakete has been. I can also see why they've been really slow to release Manaketes because there's actually not a lot in the game. Even Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, they're considered Lagoos over being called Mannequin. So that's kind of like a big thing, and I did get it from this Facebook page. So that's kind of the thing with Myrrh. I don't know status distribution, but I heard her defense is 35, so plus defense is 38. Fury, that's 41. You're probably gonna give her defense plus 3, like or something. Or you can kind of spam the fortify flyers, fortify dragon or fortify flyers effect with her. So I imagine her being like a physical tank and her being fairly useful, but I think her support was really underrated. So now we're gonna go to La Rochelle. We called her Laratio, but it's La Rochelle. So Evaldi, I mean, attack and speed plus 3. If the opponent's HP is 100%, that's pretty good. That is also like the thing with Great Flame and Evaldi is I think they're both for both phases, which is really good. I don't necessarily. I mean, defense plus 3, growing light, renewal. Rest tactic is interesting. Probably not the best one. Out of the tactics, I guess attack and speed were the most coveted, but you kind of had to come out with a rest tactic. I think it's only good for flyers and infantry too. So if you're gonna come out with attack and speed tactics, I guess you have to come out with the other two. So she comes with renewal, so her base kit's not very good. Evaldi, I just disagree with her. Okay, so here's my thing about the colorless hell, as people put it. I actually don't like pulling red at the moment because there's a saturation of sword units there, and it's not just that. Like even blue tome uses to a certain degree. Like there hasn't been really a lot of colorless units released. I mean, the weapon refinery has made healers like viable. They're not just a waste of a pull anymore. You know what I mean? I guess the biggest waste would probably be a dagger user out of everyone, I think. But, they released Soth, and the non-seasonal unit released before that was Jafar, I think. And then I don't think there's been a new archer since Leon, like a new permanent archer, and a new healer since, I don't know, Jenny or something. Like this is what frustrates me about Colorless Hell, because, I know it's hell, right? But you still gotta give an homage to the game, or keep them the way there was. I mean, people keep telling me, "Oh, she's a Valkyrie." Oh yeah, Lisa was a cleric. You don't see her as an axe monk, and a war monk. So the argument kind of falters when it goes with that. So I don't know her stat distribution. I suspect it would be somewhere around the same as Elise. I suspect most units will be kind of around there. I mean, Clarine was kind of weak. Elise's attack is actually high, so I suspect Laratios will be in the middle. She's gonna have good resistance and good speed for sure. It's just that the other two I'm not sure of. The other three stats. Oh, she'll have low HP and low defense, so I don't know her attack stat. But Evaldi kind of works with her, but I really wish she had the staff. I can't remember what it's called, but I think they wasted an opportunity here because she's more known for her staves than her tome use. I'm not too happy about it. But so lastly, Brave Eirike, I guess that's what you call her. So this is according to some fan theories. I don't know if it's fact, but there's an annoying ringing noise now. If you could just okay, sorry, there's an annoying ringing noise right now. So Brave Eirike, I guess you'd call her. This is kind of like an homage to a glitch where you can take an enemy's weapon, and it's usually dark magic, and you can actually master the dark magic. So that's why she has Gleipnir, and that's why she's red. And there's a theory since that Gleipnir's, I think the twin weapon from Grado, wherever Leon's from, who's coming out tomorrow, is a Garmut. I think that's the name. So, okay, it's really annoying right now. So they're assuming that there will be an Axe Ephraim released at some point. But it's an homage to the glitch. So you can have her use red tomes, Brave Eirike. Resistance plus 3, so that's pretty good actually. I'm gonna presume she's gonna have a similar stat distribution to Leo, but faster. Maybe a little bit more attack and a little bit more. She's gonna. I have Cecilia for both Reinhardt and Bravelyn, and they're just annoying to face. She's gonna be added to this combination because I'm not looking forward to the stat distributions. But 100% attack and speed +3 +4. That's +7 both attack and speed if you're at 100%, which is gonna happen if you're at if you're in an arena battle. It's the first thing that's gonna happen. So it's gonna be good when you're using them. She seems more useful to be a player face unit. But seriously, like this is ridiculous. At least there's that HP clause, but I'm actually on my nerves right now. Like, so Sparrow 2, Desperation. She even comes with almost a complete set. I don't know if you want Red Tome experience. I mean, I don't really value those skills because you get less SP per level, and then that means more grinding after you level up. So, that's up to your preference. Yeah, but +7 on Initiation if you have 100% HP, man, that's. And you can give her Ardent Sacrifice or Reciprocal Aid, maybe Reposition. She's cavalry, so that's always because see the thing with Eirike being cavalry unit is that Leo was the only other one, so I'm assuming that's why they released Eirike as a Red Tome cavalry unit. It's kind of saying why they made Gunthra green because the only one at the time was Cecilia, so it gives a lot more variety. Yeah, but Gleipnir is a dark. I'm assuming that there's gonna be a tie to the Grand Hero battle that we're gonna have tomorrow. I think it's coming out with Leon. Lion, I don't know what his name is, but I'm just gonna go with the French pronunciation. So yeah, that's my conclusion. I don't know the stat distributions. Google hasn't helped. If you could tell me, that'd be great, so I can come up with some kind of like a video talking about special skills. Because it's not really complete because I don't really know their. I just don't know the stat distribution. Just I know that Myrrh has like 35 base defense. So you want a +1. And I'm gonna like Myrrh's like animatic she's gonna be slow. So you kind of probably want a minus speed anyway. And her dark breath kind of prevents her speed. Like her speed won't be a problem because of dark breath. But yeah, that's gonna be everything. I don't. Oh, but it's a huge range. I think it's 5, right? It has to be greater than or equal to 5. So I guess you want more defense. So yeah, I mean that's my conclusions. So let me know what you think. But thank you for listening. I guess because I don't have any music or anything. But later days.